What's up guys, Chicks here from Chicks Tech Reviews. Today I've got my hands on the latest TOX 1 TV box. Now in case you're wondering, TOX stands for Trust on X. So I really do hope this box is as interesting as the name. So this is an Android box running full Android 9. It's priced under $50 and it's powered by the S905X3 Quad-core CPU with 4 gigs of DDR3 RAM, 32 gigs of internal storage, and you do have MicroSD expansion which supports up to 128 gigs. You've got dual band Wi-Fi AC with dual antennas, so you've got an external antenna and you've got an internal antenna as well. This supports Bluetooth 4.2, a Gigabit LAN, full Android version 9 Pi, HDMI version 2.0, supports 4K HDR at 60 frames per second. This does support HDR10+. You've got 5.1 surround sound, and this comes with a standard infrared remote control. So quick look what you get inside the box. So you get in a user manual, HDMI cable, power supply, voltage, 5 volts, 2 amps. This also comes with a standard infrared remote control, which is powered by 2 AAA batteries, and you can control some TV functions with this remote, and the instructions are on the back. Now the box is made completely from plastic with the TOX 1 logo on top. You've got plenty of ventilation on the top, on the bottom, and on the sides. At the front of the box you've got an LED display, and I'll show you what that looks like on screen. If we keep going, on this side you will find your external antenna, and on the back of the unit you've got power socket, HDMI out, Gigabit LAN, and if we keep going, USB 2, USB 3, MicroSD card slot, and that brings us back to the front, and this is what the bottom of the box looks like. So very interesting box. I just can't wait to see how this one's going to perform. So without any further ado, let's get this hooked up to my TV and capture card and find out exactly how good it really is. I'll be right back. So first of all, I ran a boot up speed test, and this TV box took 23 seconds to fully load the home screen from a cold start. And here is the colourful home screen with fixed large shortcuts that cannot be changed, and you have your local time and date at the top right corner, and at the bottom you've got a section which can be customized with your favourite apps. And it's also nice to see a navigation menu bar at the bottom. Now if we head over to the main system settings and go to device preferences and check out the system storage info, you will see that this box has 32 gigs of internal storage, from which you have 26 gigs free to use. Now if we have a quick look in about, you will see that this box is running Android version 9 Pi. Now other features to mention, you have a real-time hardware monitor which will show you various stats on the top status bar which you can toggle on and off. You also have system bars where you can enable or disable the navigation and status bar to your preference. USB mode can be configured to various options. Power options are also available, which include an action timer, and you can decide what happens when you press the power button on the remote control. Here is quite a useful option for those who know what it is. You have a root switch, so you can decide whether your box is rooted or not. You can also set up various servers and user scripts. So those were all the main extra features available on this box. Now let's take a look at the complete system apps. Here are all the apps available on this box as standard. I have not installed anything yet, and as you can see we have plenty to get you started, including AirScreen, Google Chrome, you've got Miracast, YouTube, and of course the full version of the Google Play Store. Now the first app I need to test is of course Miracast, which is screen mirroring for Android smartphones, and I tested this with my P30 Pro and it was very quick and easy to connect and gave me a decent screen mirroring experience with minimal lag. Now this box also comes pre-installed with AirScreen, which is screen mirroring for iOS devices, and that also worked absolutely fine with minimal lag. So that means this box supports screen mirroring for both Android and iOS devices. So now it's time to play some 4K video samples from a USB drive, and I will be doing this with the included Movie Player app. So let's begin with the usual high bitrate Jellyfish demo. So as you can see, it looks like 160 megabits per second file is playing absolutely fine. Now let's move on to 4K 60. So that was 4K videos from USB. Now it's time to move on to the 4K YouTube test. My first clip, 4K 60, streamed okay, stats show some frame drops, although not noticeable whilst watching.
Why would I betray you?
We all have our secrets. We just didn't get to yours yet. What?
Now Netflix was not available to download from the Play Store, but you do get the Aptoy TV store included, and I was able to download Netflix from there, but it's the version of Netflix that requires a mouse to operate, and it's limited to Netflix in SD quality. Now Amazon Prime Video was actually available from the Play Store to download, but it also gives you SD quality max.
Do you believe in all this pirate nonsense?
What do you mean, believe? Yes.
But we do have some good news with Disney Plus. It actually supports HD streaming with 5.1 sound.
The sound is just so...
Okay, your clothes are rumbling again.
Okay, moving on to some gaming, beginning with Asphalt 9. So for you advanced users, DRM info shows Google Widevine level 3, and here is CPU Z where you can check out the clock speeds. You can see we're running the Mali G31. This box is running Android version 9, and you decide whether it's rooted or not. Now in the Wi-Fi speed tests, we achieved download speeds of 52 and upload speeds of 18 megabits per second. And in the internal storage speed test, we achieved read speeds of 97 and write speeds of 43 megabytes per second. So that brings us to our benchmarks, beginning with Geekbench multi-score of 412. And in the Antutu benchmark test, we achieved 69K. So let's see how that compares with the others. So here is my top Android TV box chart for 2021, showing you the latest TV boxes and seeing how they compare with each other. The ranking is now based on Antutu scores, and the rating has also been enhanced with color, so you can clearly see which boxes are rated higher. So as you can see, the TOX 1 has taken position 13 on this chart with a benchmark score of 69K. Now you can view the full versions of all my charts online free of charge at chixtech.com and read them at your leisure. If you have any suggestions of what you'd like to see in my chart, then definitely let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to consider those suggestions. So there you have it guys, that was the TOX 1, and here are my pros and cons. Overall, a very decent Android TV box, lots of features and tweaks in the software, decent enough specs to run your everyday tasks and games, powerful enough to play 4K 60 from USB and stream from YouTube, and you have a Gigabit Ethernet port, HDR10 performance, and decent internal storage and Wi-Fi speeds. Now the main thing to consider is Netflix and Prime are limited to SD quality streaming due to lack of licensing, and Android 9 is also a bit outdated. So bottom line, for $44, this is nevertheless a very decent full Android TV box to consider, and it comes with a responsive infrared remote control. Now do let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a brilliant day. I'll see you guys in the next one.